What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Devil's Advocate. Welcome. Uh, Today's live will be, I think, an interesting one. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how long it will be going, but could be a short one, could be a long one. I don't know. I want to say before that, thank you for all the support. The channel is steadily growing. I love it. It's amazing. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the comments, the likes, the views. My last two lives were, what's up, Alvi? What's up? Welcome. Yes, my last two lives have gotten a lot of views. Amazing. I love it. I have a few clips, few videos on the docket tonight, so we'll check it out. And yeah, stay tuned for Saturday night. I'm not sure what time, but Saturday night I should have another live, so that would be interesting. That would be fun. It might be late. I'm not sure. I have to see. So we'll see about that one for Saturday. Other than that, let's get started. Okay, so this is a clip that's gone, I guess, semi-viral, I guess. But it's been going around, and I figured I wanted to react to it. So let's check it out.
So I wanted to come on here and talk about something that is really starting to annoy me. So I applied for a job at TJ Maxx a few weeks ago, and they denied my application. They couldn't even call me. They just sent me some automated email. So I went in today and I was like, so what was the reason I didn't get hired? And she was like, oh, like, you just, like, don't have enough experience. There was candidates that had, like, more experience than you. And, you know, I asked her if it was about my tattoos, obviously, because I know a lot of places don't like tattoos. She said that wasn't the reason.
She was being nice. If you can't get a job at TJ Maxx, it's definitely because of your tattoos. You have satanic symbols on your chest. You have a face tat. This is something that, like I said, as in the title, the delusion. It seems like sometimes women live in their own little world. And it seems like no one in their circle is calling them out. I see that a lot of people have no true friends then. Because let's say this, if I was her friend, I would say, no, you should not be applying to TJ Maxx. What you should be applying to, maybe be a receptionist at a tattoo shop, piercing shop, I don't know. Be a bartender at a divey bar. It's like, what were you thinking when you got these tattoos? Right? Let's say not even the crazy neck tat. The satanic goat. Like, what were you thinking when you got your face tatted? You're thinking that, okay, you fit in with how society is. I mean, it's like, this is why I said some people live, in these cases, women live in such a delusional world, and they have a support system that supports those delusions. And I would say this if it was a man too. For you to think that you have face tattoos, that you look stupid, that you can go out and apply to retail jobs, is insane. Why not apply to Hot Topic, right? Maybe even Spencer's. Those fits like the demographic, the type of people that would shop there. That fits where you. I mean, how about use a bit of a brain cell, right? Use some common knowledge. You know, like that's what I said. If she didn't think that, okay, maybe I shouldn't have applied to TJ Maxx or Target or shit like that, I might not qualify.
I don't feel like that's true, but whatever, I'll leave it at that. So, I'm just wondering how, like, teenagers and young adults who haven't had a job before, how are they supposed to get employed if these places are only hiring people with experience? So, younger people just can't get a job because they haven't worked enough? So, like, they'll deny...
There are places that really requires a lot of experience. I'm doubtful it's TJ Maxx. Yeah, I mean, you can always cover it up, but I mean, someone that's like this, I doubt she's gonna be into covering it up, right? I mean, she could cover up some of it, but her face tats that is there. The piercings is there. So it's like she does. That's what I'm saying. Like, not even let's say the tats and piercing. It's just obviously you can see the type of person she is. Okay, she won't fit into conventional society. It's just how it is. But saying that, let's say this: young people, even if it's, if a young person made this kind of level of, I don't know, I wouldn't say mistake, but I mean, this kind of not thinking, right? Actions of not thinking about the future. Well, those young adults or teenagers, well, they're going to suffer the consequences. This is the thing where I feel men in general live in reality. Because why? Because the world will force you to live in reality. So we have to accept, the harshness of the world very quickly. Women, well, they're allowed to coast by or live in the delusions and complain and wonder why shit is like this. Well, it's the real world. That's what happens. When you make this level of action, there's consequences to it. Plain and simple.
A 16-year-old a job because they don't have enough work experience, like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I do okay with money as is, so I didn't, need the job, but I would have liked it to have made some extra money so I could pay off my debt quicker. I want you guys to talk about in the comments what it's been like for you finding a job recently, like if it's been easy or if it's been difficult, and I want to know, what kind of experience you guys have, because I want to see if I'm the only person that's, experiencing this right now or not. And, I hate that my tattoos are such a defining factor for me getting a job or not. Just because
that's the real world. Your actions, this is why I've become such a big proponent of accountability. Your actions, small, big, whatever, they matter in life. I'm kind of a believer in the butterfly effect. A step you make can cause ripples in your life. This woman made gigantic leaps, right? Tattoos, piercings, not just on her face, but it's all over her body. She has a big arm, black arm sleeve. It's this is where the delusion is. Stop thinking that you are right for normal society. And I'm all for people being different. I'm all for it. But this is where reality hits the floor. Where where you hit reality. The real world is different. There is just a set of normality. You have to be understanding that, okay, you are different. You don't fit normality. So, kind of act differently. Go about life differently. She should have applied to Hot Topic. It's the plain and simple. So for her to think that, yeah, 100% it was her tats. I'm doubtful, very doubtful it was about experience. You don't really need a whole lot of experience working at TJ Maxx. or Target or any of that shit. Right? You don't. It is definitely how you present yourself. They want you as normal as possible. So
have tattoos doesn't mean I'm not going to be a good worker. Like, I do not understand that at all. Because quite literally, some of the most smart, intelligent people I've ever met are people with tattoos and piercings. I could be wrong, but I've seen that, like, in Europe, like...
Let me say this, right? I don't disqualify intelligence when you have tattoos or a piercing. I have ear piercing, right? I don't have any tattoos, and I know people with, but I mean, my own personal opinion, when you get a face tattoo, you kind of minus a few intelligent points to me, in my mind, right? In all honesty, how intelligent are you to get a face tattoo? When you should know, okay? I mean, unless you already know, but it's like, for her, is she all that smart to think that, okay, I have all these tattoos, let alone a face tattoo, let alone all these piercing, I'm going to get a job at TJ Maxx. I don't know if you're that intelligent. Because if I got a face tattoo, I know I ain't working at Target, TJ Maxx, Walmart, Macy's. Yeah, I'm working where I am out in public as a representative of my company. So, really, you're not that intelligent. I'm not saying tattoos make you stupid or you're not that smart when you have tattoos. No, but I will stand on my my shield or whatever. That if you have a face tattoo, I would really be doubtful of your level of intelligence. Right? I'm not saying you're stupid, but I ain't saying you're Albert Einstein.
Like, people with tattoos and piercings can get jobs, like, way easier there. So why is America not hopped on the bandwagon? Another thing too is, like, all
America hop on the bandwagon? I don't know anywhere on this earth that the majority of the population has hopped on the tattooed and piercing bandwagon. I don't know anywhere. I'm not saying that it's unaccepted in other places, because it's accepted in the US. But it's not the norm. Plain and simple. Tattoos and piercing is not the norm. It's not the norm anywhere, but it is accepted. It's just not the norm.
these places, they say that they're hiring, but I feel like they're not. Because I shop at all of these stores and I see hiring now signs, but those signs have been up for months. And I know plenty of people are looking for work. So how have they still...
Well, plenty of people are looking for work. Don't mean that they're looking for to work at TJ Maxx. Second, don't mean that the people that you know would qualify or be accepted to work at these kind of places. Honestly, like I said, retail, it's very specific. Would I see her working at Abercrombie & Finch? No. So really, it's like, it's very person specific. It's just how those jobs are. That's reality, right? That is reality. You want to work at a certain place, well, you're going to have to fit the mold of that place. Plain and simple.
Not hired people. Sorry for the long ranting video, but I just feel like this is something that needs to be talked about. It's so annoying, and for anyone that is looking for...
It's not really needed to talk about, because this is the thing, right? This goes along with women and delusion. They are looking for others to support their delusions. Because this is delusional. No duh. If you are so out of the norm, you're tattooed up, face to toe. piercings all over. Yes, you're not going to be accepted everywhere. To think that you would be is delusional. And to go online, which so many women do, to look for support, to look for validation, is insanity to me. Absolute insanity. Because you're delusional. If you had true friends, they would tell you you're delusional. Because no, you should have asked or you should have applied to Hot Topic, to a dive bar, to a tattoo shop. Right? That's okay. Not out of the ordinary. You would fit those places. You don't fit in a Target, a Walmart, a TJ Maxx. You don't. I mean, if they accept you, awesome. But you really don't. You don't fit the aesthetic. So, yeah, and like there's people like TJ Maxx does not require much experience. So really, it's just how you look. I mean, this is the insanity that people don't think that if you look like a beggar, a homeless man, it doesn't help you look for jobs. That's just how it is. If you look like you come from a carnival, yeah, that's not going to help you. So that's women like this is a thing where just like the whole body positive movement, which is pretty much just for women, plus size women looking for validation, looking for you go queen, you're amazing, you're beautiful, all this stuff. It's it's them that are wrong. No, it is you. This is the woman that no, it's not. The annoyance should be on you for making stupid decisions. That's what that should be the key. That should be the annoyance, not the annoyance on a company that didn't see you as fitting for their workplace. Just like I said, for like the plus size women, right? Looking for validations online. No, the annoyance isn't the people that doesn't accept you because you're plus size. No, the annoyance should be you for wanting people to force the acceptance, to change people's mind to accept you. No, it is what it is, right? If a man is big, he's big. For me, I don't view myself as, oh, I'm a king, I'm a amazing and all that shit. No, it's just I know I'm average. Some people may think I'm below average. It is what it is. I'm not crying about it. I'm not begging people to think differently. It is what it is. That is the reality. So this is the thing where I know most men they live in reality. They accept it. They understand that that's the real world. So they work around it. She should have worked around it. Thinking, okay, you know what? I don't fit the aesthetics of like a TJ Maxx. So I should apply to a Hot Topic. That would have been smarter instead of going online to say your grievances of TJ Maxx not hiring you. What? Yeah, no, duh, they wouldn't.
Job right now that is younger and doesn't have experience. I truly wish you the best of luck because it is very hard out here right now.
To be honest, salute. What's up, Darius? I don't think it's that hard to find, minimum wage or, average jobs like these, like a TJ Maxx and all that stuff. I don't think it's that hard. I just think a lot of people don't want to do it anymore. I hear more and more of the workplace, people really don't want to do these jobs. So, I don't know. I think there's a change. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, so going along with delusional women, which is the feel of this episode or this live, let's try this one out. Alright, let's check this clip out.
No, because fuck you, America, for making me pay, or for making me work 4 fucking jobs! 4 jobs! While I'm in college in rural fucking Tennessee! how cute my nails are. No, because
that's the thing, right? This is a thing where it is what in the social media is for now. It is for women to go online to cry to their audience, to cry to the camera, to be outraged, to be emotional, to look for validation, look for support online. Look for others to prop them up, to agree with them, to make them feel better. And to support their delusions. Support their delusions. Support their hypocrisies. Right? And I think that is slowly deteriorating women's brains. It is making women worse than ever. So, God, this is like, it is sad because you see this so many times. And this is what women use social media for. Validation, delusional support. So, yeah. It's like, if you look at the comments, it's just a bunch of people just talking about the system. Really? The system. No. I'm going to say that here's the thing that I honestly believe. I'm not saying that things aren't more expensive or whatever not. But I honestly believe the biggest problems, at least let's say with the money wise, is that more and more people, thanks to social media, are living beyond their means. More people want to go to trips. More people want to, buy houses. More people want to just spend more than what they have. And I think that's the biggest key. And not just that. A woman that like her, college age, wrote something like that. Back in the day, let's say 50, 60, 70 years ago, well, she would be in a relationship where, let's say, a man and a woman, right? They actually support each other. Maybe she even be married, right? That's the thing where you're not suffering from all this stuff. You know what? Let me react. Let's break down this clip and then I'll talk more about it.
fuck you, America, for making me pay, or for making me work 4 fucking jobs! 4 jobs!
Nobody is making you do anything you don't want to do. You do not have to go to college. This is the thing, right? More and more men are not going to college. It's not just, yes, this is also a bad thing because some men are feeling dejected, right? Dejected because of college. But there is a growing group of men that's not going to college. And what are they doing? What are those men doing? They're going to trade schools. Electrician, carpenter, anything that's a trade, right? Anything that you work with your hands, right? Plumbing, what is it? AC, right? Plenty of men are deciding not to go to college to get into debt. Instead, they're picking up a trade, going to a trade school, being an apprentice. That is pure intelligence right there. Because those jobs, they are in demand and they pay well. Here's a woman wanting wanting equality, the freedom, feminism, right? What they're looking for. To go to college. This ain't a free ride. You chose to go to college. You chose, and I guarantee you, women like this will do shitty ass majors. Shitty ass majors. So you're doing 4 jobs for what? Let's say you weren't smart enough to get a full tuition, for school. Well, that says you that, that says something that you didn't qualify well enough for college. But now you got to do 4 jobs, which is, it don't really make sense because you won't have time for your schooling if you have 4 jobs. So this is weird where if she's a full-time student, what does she have? 1 hour each of a job? 2 hours? I mean, that is ridiculous, but fine. Let's say she has 4 jobs. This is a thing where women need to understand that is the real world. No one is here to baby you. The world doesn't have an obligation to baby you, to cater to you, to make life easier for you. There is a growing population of young men being dejected from life, right? They feel like life is like going nowhere, like they're unhappy and all that shit. So a lot of things is a lot of men have given up on life, or they're not motivated in life, and a lot of times that leads to self-deletion for these young men. So for women like this to think that yes, you're doing 4 jobs, going to school, well, so what? So what? This is a thing where women think they are obligated, or they deserve sympathy. They deserve life being more soft on them, right? They deserve an easier life. Well, that's not real world. That's not the real world.
College in rural fucking Tennessee, and I can barely pay my own fucking rent, and
This is the thing. You can't pay your own rent. Are you living on your own? Because I know most students, well, they live with a whole bunch of people. So this is the thing with, I think a lot of women do. They like to not say everything. They like to omit. They like to omit shit, just to make themselves seem like the victim. Because you're not. You're not the victim. Look, she's painting the picture, right? She's painting the picture of a victim, ain't she? But this is the thing. This is the absurdity. If you live there, why not commute? If your family lived there, why not commute? You do not have to live, out on your own. You do not have to rent. You don't. Now, let's say if you do, right? Whatever reason you do. Okay. If you decided, now, because there's so much nuance to it. But that's why I want people to not just jump to, oh, I want to sympathize for her. No, because she's looking for that shit. Women are looking to be the victim because it makes them feel better, right? Like the support that comes with being a victim makes women feel better, right? That's the delusion, absurdity of that. But if this is where you live, right? Now, I'm not even saying that, if you're from another state, which is stupid in itself, because you shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have gone to an out-of-state college if you are barely making it by, because that's stupid itself. But fine, let's say you live there. Well, 1, you should have commute. 2, well, you should have put more thought into actually having a whole lot more roommates. So really, you crying about not being able to pay rent, well, again, you don't deserve sympathy, because that is your own choice. This is the thing. This is the thing where women seem to always cry for sympathy, always cry for compassion, empathy, when they're the ones who make the choices in their lives. They are adults. They are adults. Even when you're 18, you're still an adult. There's no sympathy for that shit. You chose these paths. So you will have to suffer for it.
And I'm taking 19 credit hours on top of those 4 fucking jobs, and I still can't graduate on time, and I still can't graduate early, even though I'm taking 21 credit hours next semester!
Then pick a different major. It's like, pick something else. It's like, it's already determined, okay, by your major, how many credits you need to graduate. So really, where's the crying about that? If you have, she was said 19 credits. Okay, is that enough from the major? No, obviously not. Now she's saying 21. Is that enough? Obviously not. This is already predetermined. That's the insanity of it. That's the delusion I'm talking about. That's the craziness where you decide what to do with your life. It doesn't come out how you imagined it. So now you're crying about it, which is, I believe, fake crying about it. But you're crying about it online to a bunch of strangers so they can feel sad for you, sympathize for you. Okay? So they can prop up your feelings, right? Make you feel better. So strangers can make you feel better. Only women can do that shit. Only women can do that shit.
It's not fucking fair. It's not fucking fair anymore. It's never been fair, not in my lifetime. And will it ever...
Fairness? Women have only asked for equality. It's equality. You are equal. Nothing that you're going through is anything special. Fair? Life is not fair. This is the problem where her parents has failed her. Her parents has failed her. I don't even know if she has one parent or two, right? But whoever parented her has failed her. Because they would teach her life is not fair. There's no fairness in life. Okay? The only thing you have to count on is the actions that you make. The actions you make will dictate the consequences of your life. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Good or bad consequences, well, that's up to life. That's up to the world. That's up to the steps you make. Hopefully they become good, but no, you can't tell, right? But that is the world. Fairness is ridiculous. Fairness is a delusion that the world has put on to people, right? Maybe the whole Disney insanity, okay? To be honest, there's no true such thing as fairness, right? You could look for equality, or you could look for, I don't know. I just don't see the world as being fair. But that is the world. That is the world we live in. Yeah, I'll check out the Saturday one. But yeah, this is the thing, right? In this century, last century, whatever, there's no such thing as fairness. Really, there isn't. Right? So really, you're nothing special. Asking for fairness is another delusion. And women are chock full of delusions.
Be fair? No, because I'm a woman in America.
Yeah, a woman. That's why it's not fair. It don't matter. It don't matter if you're a woman. You have equality. Fairness, you have no right. There's no obligation for fairness. You don't deserve fairness. That's no such thing. It's just how it is. Off the bat, fairness is, you could say, like, a family's income. Well, probably her family wasn't that well off. So, fairness, okay? Intelligence, probably hers is pretty low. So really, where's the fairness in that, right? That's the insanity. That's the insanity. There is no fairness. It's all about your actions, plain and simple. Her actions seem to be failing her, but what she's going to do to compensate is look for validation, look for support online, so she could feel better. It's ridiculous, and it has nothing to do with being a woman. It has nothing to do with. Hell, more and more women are going to college than men. Where's the fairness in that? There are more programs, scholarships, more support to push women to go to college than there are for men, if there are any for men. I don't know if there are any for men, especially if you're not a minority. So, yeah, fairness, that's ridiculous. Absolute ridiculous. And this is why I said, we allow women to live in their delusions. Fairness? No, you're deluded. And to think that you're a woman means anything about fairness. Just because you're a woman, what? Should society give her free college? Give her free rent? Graduate her early? What does that have to do with you being a woman? Nothing. Ridiculous.
God! I just want to live in peace, America. And I will one day. Probably somewhere fucking else. Anyways, look how cute my nails are.
There's a growing, I guess in recent years, growing disdain for America, which is, I think is silly. I think it's disgusting, right? And I think it's idiotic. Because there's very few places in the world like the U.S. You can't get the freedoms, the ability to elevate yourself, the ability to just freedom of speeches, freedom of expression. The amount of things you can have in America, you won't find that other places. So I think I think it's disgusting that more and more people born American are shitting on America. I just think that's disgusting, in my opinion. So, and I'm American born, and I always think that that's disgusting because I don't say that, America is the best place on earth. I'm not saying that, but you ain't gonna get better places in this world, right? The same freedoms or the same likes. You always think there's places around the world, Japan, Australia, UK, all these places that are nice. There are places that people there want to move here. Okay? Hell, our economy supports other places, right? The stock market is like, it props up other countries. It's just, I always think it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm not saying that the U.S. is the greatest place on earth. No. I mean, we have our problems, but to shit on the place that you're born in, I just think it's silly. But whatever. Entitlement, I guess. What do you guys think? Okay. Oh, 7 people watching the stream. Amazing. That's, it's fun. Yo, the 90s, I'm a 80s baby, right? So the 90s was my thing. 90s, I swear. I love the 90s. I miss, it's like, to be honest, I mean, I love the internet. I love social media. It's changed, lives and shit like that. It's helped me connect with people. But it's fucked up a lot of people. It's the internet has messed with a lot of people's brains, right? And it's changed societies, changed our culture for maybe the worse. So I'm not the biggest fan of it, but again, you gotta adapt. Things are not gonna change how you want them to change, right? The the world is going to be what it is. So adapt to it. That's just it, right? That's the thing where I think us as men, if you are logical, you will see that this is how the world is. Women are how they are, okay? So it's either you adapt or you die. Plain and simple. You have to adapt to, succeed and strive in this world, or you die. That's evolution for you. So, yeah. But I gotta admit, the nostalgia, the 90s, the 80s, I love those times. Those were, I believe, the best times in recent human history. I don't know. But, yes. So, I like watching whatever clips, right? Whatever. It's a decent podcast. It's okay. It may fall in line with the Fresh and Fit thing, but I mean, I would do some Fresh and Fit reaction videos, but they copyright your shit. So I don't touch I don't touch Fresh and Fit shit. But I like to do sometimes some reacting to whatever podcast, because look at this, right? These are some of the women that are, they are coming up in the world, right? They're young, but these are the future women. So their insanities is good to know about. Yes, the 80s and 90s, those times were unbelievable. I miss those times. I really do. I really do. Life was so simpler, and I think violence, in my opinion, violence was less. People cared about each other more. People cared about each other more. People weren't as deluded. All right, people just, I don't know. Those were just, okay. The nostalgia is gonna kill me. So let's keep it going on. Yes. So let's react to a whatever clip.
I think would you bow?
No. Could I
Wait into the
clarify?
mic.
No.
You wouldn't bow?
No, I would not.
Absolutely, if he wanted me to.
I wouldn't like it, but I would.
I have no problem bowing for a man if he's asking me to, but it's not going to be a daily thing just for your ego. Like, obviously.
What if it's not for my ego?
How often is this happening?
Once a
For
day would be
joke?
good.
Okay, I'll do it for a joke, but this is
No, it's serious.
no.
He wants to step through the door. He needs you to hit. What about a curtsy? Would you do a curtsy?
Every single day, no.
Every day.
No, that's
not
obnoxious.
submissive. You're not submissive
No,
then.
well, we have different.
Doesn't matter.
No, the answer is no.
But okay, that's not being submissive.
Okay, what kind of submission that you're looking for a slave and master submission, and that's not the type of submission that God is asking for a wife to be to a husband.
But if he desires it, and like, do you think so it's a 5-second gesture that takes no effort. So what would your actual objection be to bowing?
There is no real deep meaning behind
He just
that.
wants it.
Exactly. It's superficial. There's no real meaning or benefit to it.
It strokes his ego.
Thank you.
You don't want to stroke his ego.
Well, you shouldn't have a big ego to begin with.
You shouldn't have a big ego to begin with.
Yes.
I disagree with that.
It shows respect, less of like ego.
I think women are insane. Women, this is the thing with, and this is the reality we gotta accept, right? With women, where they never think truly about the shit they say. He shouldn't have a big ego. Oh, but I want him confident. This is the thing where you want him confident. He shouldn't have a big ego. This is the thing where women expect perfection. Oh, I want him how I want him. He should be at the level that I want him. Just like women say, oh, I want an emotional man. I want an emotionally intelligent man. Or a man that's in tune with his emotions. But he shouldn't be so emotional. Right? He better not cry every day. He better not cry easily. That's the thing with women. Where, do you understand what you're talking about? Because you are pretty much dictating what level it should be, right? Oh, let him be confident but not too confident. So you tell him how confident he should be, right? That's the delusion in it, where, oh, he's so confident, he's egotistical. Well, confidence can very much lead to that, especially the men that let's say the players, right? The players, overly confident, crazy confident, probably egotistical, narcissistic, but yet they get plays, right? I mean, they get so much play. What does that say to you? Really? Does it say to you that women hate it? When men that get so much action, right? The players, well, they have huge egos. But yet women love that shit. Yet if they take a step back and say, oh, ego? I hate ego. Really? Really? You hate ego? But yet you say, oh, I love a confident man? It's like, yes, there are differences, but it's not, it's a nuance. It's very hard to determine, oh, I want him confident, but not too confident. It's like, really? Or I want him in tune with I want a man in tune with his emotion, but not too in tune with his emotions. Really? Really? It's just, that's the insanity of it. Where you can't just pick and choose. You can't just determine levels. Alright? If someone is emotional, well, they probably open the floodgates where, they cry at every sad point. It's just how it is. You can't just, oh, you know what? That's too emotional. I want him a little bit less. A little bit less. That is the points where that is what I call that contributes to perfection. You want it perfect, just like the dial on a whatever. I don't know, a radio, right? Or volume dial. You want it just perfect, right? Not too loud, not too little, right? Not too low. You want it just perfect, how you want it. So, you want perfection. And that is the pure delusion of so many women. That's the point where, like I said, right, for me, how I go about is that, yes, would I want a supermodel? Who wouldn't? But this is the thing where I don't expect that, or do I necessarily want that? I don't ask for it. I'm just asking for a woman that, you know what, that is kind to me, loyal, and loving. It's not that difficult, right? It's not that difficult. For men, I think most men, it's not that difficult. For women, it is so difficult. Because it's so difficult to judge, oh, how confident, how egotistical, how emotionally intelligent, how emotional. It's so annoying.
Other cultures do it all the time, so it's not like a master-slave thing, it's just respect.
But so you're saying your husband, right? You're married, great guy, and maybe it's prior to the marriage, but at some point in your relationship, you're in love with him, and he's like, babe, I want to bow every single day from you. And he's serious about it. Are you going to do it?
No.
Well, that's not being submissive.
I would love to be with a man that made me want to bow to him. But, I wouldn't do it just to feed his ego. That's ridiculous.
Well, you love him, but he's now asking you.
If I thought he deserved it, I would love to bow for a man. But if he didn't,
let's say he was deserving.
This is funny. To feed a woman's ego, or feed a man's ego, that's too much. And yet, women ask for compliments. Women ask for gifts. Women ask for things essentially to feed their egos. Women dress provocatively, feeding their egos. Women post online to feed their egos. Women even, let's say this, women post crying pictures or crying videos, like I did right there before, to feed their egos, or pretty much try to get validation. But giving validation, feeding the ego of your man, the man that you love, that's too much. Yeah. How I doubt any of these women would say, I will never ask a man to give me a compliment. Because essentially, compliments feed your ego. See, that's the thing when women don't think about shit.
Not that.
Then yes, I would love to. But
Okay.
like, if it was just to feed
You
his
can
ego,
open the neck.
why would
all
I
the
do
way,
that?
please.
To feed his ego just because he wanted me to? Like, if he wanted me to and like I wanted to, I would love
Let's
to.
let's say it just turns him on. Let's say that's what it is. Would you do it?
No. And maybe
Can you try to find the keyboard video too that we were unable to find previously? Actually, can any of his viewers, shout out to Peyo. Oh, Nick, also pull up the Twitch really quick. Pull up Twitch. Guys, thank you, Peyo, for the raid. We're going to ask a World of Warcraft related question here in just a sec. You wanted a guy you've been dating for a year to take a bullet for you.
yes.
But if he wanted you to do this arbitrary gesture that pleased him, maybe you don't understand the reasoning, but he just wanted
He doesn't
it.
sound smart.
Hold
He doesn't
on.
sound very
But
smart.
that's not-
Bow down
that's
to me
not up
because
to
I don't
you.
know because. Well,
He
what if
just-
I asked
what
you
if he
every
just thinks
day?
it's cute? What if he just
Right,
thinks
he
it's
doesn't-
cute
he's
and
not-
endearing, and he wants you to do it? You want him to take a bullet for you, but you're not willing to do a 5-second gesture that takes you no effort?
Okay, taking a bullet for me because my life is in danger right now is a lot more serious than
Right.
yes.
No,
it's
you're
very-
actually-
it
you're
is.
arguing my
and
point,
there's
though.
a lot true
So you're
meaning
not-
to that.
but
And
you're not
my
willing-
life is going to be taken.
So you're not willing to do a totally effortless gesture because your husband will
Every
like
single day doesn't.
5
and that's
seconds?
Okay, but, okay, if I asked you to roll around 10 times every single day because I just
That's the thing, right? The magnitude. You want him to give his life to you, but for you to feed his ego for 5 seconds. And let me preface this: like bowing that's ridiculous. But let's say just to feed his ego, like a compliment. A compliment would feed a man's ego, right? It's really no difference. A compliment. Bowing to a person, okay, but you would want your man, to die for you. Yet, and the level of, that's it, that's final. He's dead. Okay? There's no going back to that. So, you want him to do that level extreme, die for you. You feeding his ego for 5 seconds a day, that's too much. But him dying for you is fine. I know no man that cannot see the delusion and insanity in that. And this is the thing. This is what a lot of men are experiencing right now, where women expect monstrous effort from men. Okay? They expect effort from men. What do men get in return? Right? What do men get in return? And I've been there, I've done it. Where I got to pay for the rent, pay for the bills, pay for the kids to go to daycare, get her bags, get her presents that she wants, get her flowers. But I asked for a kiss. And I didn't even get it. Hell, I didn't even get sex. And that is the hardship I went through. Imagine other men. Okay? That's the thing. Men are expected to put so much effort. And yet women, what are they expected to put in? What effort are women expected to put in? Because you think the cooking and, let's say, the cooking and cleaning, really? Because nowadays, women expect men to contribute to those. Women expect men to contribute to those. And let's say the child rearing, women expect men to contribute to that as well. So really, if everything women are expected to do, men share or expected to share in the responsibility of, what, per tale, are women solely responsible in giving out? And I can tell you this, a lot of relationship, men get very little sex. So really, that's insanity. That's the that is why I made my channel. Because the sad reality of a lot of men, I'm not saying all men, of course I'm not, right? I don't know all men. But again, I honestly believe in my hearts of hearts that this is a good chunk, if not majority of men, that's suffering in life. Okay? That, what's the point? What's the point in life? Right? Working for what? What do you work for? Because this is the reality. Men have, since the dawn of time, put in the effort so they can mate. That's plain and simple. Men have put in the effort so they can create a family, so they can have a partner. There's no denying that biological fact. Men do shit for women. And yet, what do men get in the end? They just get shitted on.
Like the way it looks
That's
when
different.
you do
That's
it.
a little different.
How is it
A
different
little
than
different.
about?
Well,
How's it
rolling
different?
around on the ground
How's
is
it
ridiculous.
different?
But I think it's cute. But it's
Wait,
cute.
it's literally
But I
different.
like it when you do it.
Well, first off,
I think it's cute.
hold on, but if we're looking at a biblical relationship, Jesus, husband, wife, children, you don't really get to dictate to your husband that sort of behavior.
So the children are gonna bow to us? Can you ask the children to bow?
Yeah.
No, not. I mean, that's not what I'm getting at. But
But I mean, kind of, because
no, but if you have to be submissive to your if you have to be submissive to your husband, then yes, if he's
listen,
like, hey babe, I think it'd be really
that's
cute
not what it
if you did a
means.
curtsy or a bow.
In the Bible, it says submit to your husband the way that you submit to God. And in an intimate, the way that you submit to God, it's hard to understand because I feel like your perception of submission is whatever I say you do.
I think I do think that they do bow, and maybe not bow, but like prayer standing. I don't know, prayer stance, but whatever.
No matter what.
Isn't there actually something that goes beyond even submission, and it's obedience? I don't know the verse, but
And in a context
Nick,
where
can you find the obey Bible? I think there's something like
you have to submit to me, so I need you to clean the mirrors 10 times a day, and you have no say in that. Like these, I mean, that just doesn't make any sense.
Well, that would be a bit unreasonable to expect somebody to clean something 9 times after they've already done it, and I think that would be justifiable for the girlfriend or wife to give pushback on this frankly ridiculous thing. But if the husband justification is, hey, I think it'd be really cute, it might be like something that could even get me, excited in that way, but let's see, we can even remove that. He just thinks it's cute. And I could even double down on this. The husband doesn't even need to provide justification at all. He could just say, I want this. And if you were truly submissive, you would do it.
So
without him having
saying,
to give you reasons.
When you're in a marriage with someone, or are they married? Because we're submitting.
Well,
we're submitting.
Married.
No, I don't know who's saying to submit outside of a marriage.
Mm.
But if you're married, it's a mutual. Like you both have brains. You both want to respect each other the way that God respects you and you respect God. You have deep reverence for God and deep respect for God. And
honestly, in my opinion, any modern woman that talks about God a lot is a red flag. I'm not saying all women, but again, I think the majority of women are such hypocrites. Women, in general, they do not follow the word of God. This woman ain't a virgin, right? She's given it plenty of times. I guarantee it. So, this is the thing, right? Yes, you could sin, but to be honest, then what's the point of you just preaching, the word of God? It's like you think you really know it that well, and yet your life really is not a reflection of it. Because if you also, I believe, listen to the word of God, well, family should have been a priority over education. So really, you should have gotten married very soon. Very soon. And I don't know. This woman looks kind of old. I don't know.
He gives you the free will to do things. It's not like a master slave thing where I'm above you, so you do whatever I say without thinking. He gives us cognitive thinking. He gives us the free will. He gives us.
Look, if your husband asks you to do something immoral or unethical or a crime, you don't need to submit to your husband under those circumstances if there's a moral or ethical conflict or dilemma. If your husband says, well, I want you to, or even something that contravenes your theological or biblical or ecclesiastical viewpoint, then you can deny him. But your husband asking you to do this token thing that he might find endearing, for example, if he asks you to do a bow and you refuse, I do think that that would meet the criteria and definition of not being a submissive woman.
I don't think there's a good reason for that. Even if it's cool, if it's cultural and they grew up that way,
Let's say there's
more normalized.
Let's say there's no culture at all,
Okay.
and he's like, "Look, I'd like for you to bow to me.
And
Let me see a little bow." Maybe he thinks it's cute
I
and
don't
endearing.
think that that's really benefiting anyone for me to bow every single day just because you like for me to submit to you in a
okay.
visual way. Or
So
I'm not
that's
sure what
fine.
it's doing
You don't
for
want to be
you.
submissive. You don't want to bow to your husband. That's fine.
I will submit.
So
to
I'll
my
ask you.
husband.
I'll ask you.
Then what? This is the thing with women. Like I said before, women choose how they want it. Again, I've been there and I've done it. I've dated a woman who thinks she's submissive. She determines what is submissive. That's the thing, right? With women, they determine what is submissive. Not your partner, who you're supposedly submitting to. That's the insanity of women right there, where women determine everything. Oh, they determine, how egotistical or how confident you should be, how emotionally intelligent you should be, how you should receive submission. That's a whole bunch of bull. I mean, it's like, really, this is the insanity, and this is why a lot of women are failing, because they go about relationships how they think it should be, not how a complete different person wants it to be. You do not love how you want to love. You love how the other person wants to be loved. Plain and simple. It's like this, right? If she has a husband, he's a husband that doesn't want to give you flowers. He's a husband that doesn't want to get in front of a bullet for you. So you should accept that? Is that how you should? That's the insanity of it. Where if he wants to love you how he wants to love you, should that be fine then? Because you want to submit to him how you want to submit to him, and you think that's fine. The equality in there, right? No. He needs to love me how I think he should love me. Yet I'm going to love him how I think I should love him. What? Where's the equality in that? How one-sided is that? And that is the key. Women in relationships are so one-sided. Although this is not complete, one-to-one correlation, but you can maybe get some kind of a view on it where marriage divorces are about 50%. They're filed mainly by women. Okay? Again, you could use that how you want, but how I see it is that a lot of times women are not, they determine how they want to be loved, how they want things to happen, how they want it their way. And then when they don't get it their way, they're done. They're unhappy. That's the thing where sometimes it seems like women make things impossible or make things really hard. And then they wonder why things fail.
If my understanding is correct, you would want your husband or boyfriend in some hypothetical scenario where one of you has to take a bullet, for example, you would want your husband to sacrifice his life for you, but you're not willing to do a token gesture that he requests. Is that correct?
Yes, but you're spinning it in a way where it's...
How am I spinning it?
Because if someone's trying to kill me and my husband wants to protect me,
sure, that's fine.
That's much more meaningful than
right. So he's willing to make request. He's willing to make the ultimate sacrifice, and you're not even willing to make a minor sacrifice.
It's jovial. It's.
What's wrong with that?
I just think that there's better things that we could be doing instead of me.
Really? Because if he's dead, he ain't gonna be doing any more shit. Better thing, it's like, this is a thing where, because someone's gonna sacrifice their life for you, the finale of that you ain't gonna think about. This is a thing, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm being too a nihilist or just too black-hearted, but love is just dying. Love is... Maybe I'm cynical. I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong, right? Please change my mind if I'm wrong, because maybe I'm being cynical when it comes to love. Because I honestly believe, not back in the day, because I know your grandma, your great-grandma, if her husband died, she ain't moving on. She ain't getting no other man. Right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I've seen it. I've had two grandmas. Husband died, they did not move on, right? They did not replace the man. Nowadays, if you're in a relationship with a modern woman, and you die, she's moving on. She will replace you. I mean, the best you can hope for is not that. The best you can hope for is she's not going to replace you too soon. But she will replace you. So, this is a thing where, do I think it's great for a man to sacrifice his life when she can't even do something small for him? Would I think that, she's not going to move on quickly after that? Because how little she think about him. How much care she had for this kind of hypothetical man. And this is my view, my own view, how I think a lot of modern day women are. If you die, on to the next man. So really, it's sacrificing your life for a woman that could not even do menial, inconsequential task for you. Is that worth dying for? To be honest, it's like Western women, they leave very little worth to sacrifice for. Because, like I said, back in our grandparents' days, shoot, those type of women, when they say it's for life, they mean it's for life. Nowadays, these women, they determine what it's for life. So...
Stroking your ego.
Would it be so disruptive to your day to do a 5-second bow to your husband? Like, would that totally just destroy your plans? You wouldn't be able to do anything else?
Do you know why I wouldn't do that every single day? Is because it's the reason behind it. The reason is because you want me to bow to you. And
because he thinks it's cute and endearing.
I don't think that's why it's cute. Is that the reason why you like it?
But be good faith. Let's say that is the reason.
Why do you like it? Because you do like it. You just showed a video of it.
So answer the question. Let's say that it is the reason.
That's not, and I've been saying it's not a good enough reason.
Because he thinks it's cute and endearing for you to do. But every single day, sure.
If you're
how about fine?
I
if
like
you're
the
sick,
color blue on you. That's cute and endearing.
Wait, he can tell you how to dress?
No, I'm saying if he likes the color blue, like I'm wearing blue, and I might consider that, like, okay, he likes blue. I might
You'll consider it.
buy, a blue dress because he likes it.
You'll
But
consider
if
it.
he's like bow every single day to stroke my ego.
No. Hold on.
It is.
Be good
It's an
faith.
ego
Be good
thing.
faith. Let's just say that the motivation is strictly because he thinks it's a cute and endearing thing. And truthfully, the ultimate being submissive thing, whatever his motivations are, I think are frankly irrelevant. Let's say he wants his ego stroked. I still think the submissive thing to do would be to bow.
Yeah, there's other things that I could do to make you happy and satisfied every single day as a husband that means much more to him than, and not in a sexual way, stop thinking that, but it's than bowing. I just think that the bowing,
okay.
well, why is everyone smiling and laughing?
I was going to ask, would you submit during role play or foreplay?
No, I don't. We're not talking about that.
I know, but I was curious.
Yeah, I'll do. We'll get to payo.
I
It's just interesting that you want a guy to die for you, but you're not willing to do a bow for him.
every single day for not a very good reason.
I would argue, even if you did it 3 times a day, that's orders of magnitude less of a request than your desire for a man to die for you
Alvin
in some
Sam
situation.
donated $200. When your man works long hours and rigorous jobs, then learn to bow. Your hard-working man is more of a slave than your domestic duties.
I don't agree.
Facts. It's facts, Alvin Sam. It's facts. By the way, Just Gerald, thank you for pointing that out. That was a very... I mean, there's other examples here where, like, women wouldn't ever cook their man a meal.
This is the thing, right? Yes. Why do women make simple questions hard? Super hard. It's their programming. This is the thing where, like I said, submission is a disgusting word to women. It's a disgusting word to women. Women feel like, oh, I'm a robot. I'm a slave. Submitting to a man. So here's a woman that wants to change, she wants to make submission her own thing, not any kind of man's view of submission, which is insane because she's thinking to submit to a man, but hey, she wants to make it her own thing. So they can't answer it correctly because then it will be counterintuitive, right? Oh, I'm doing all these things for a man. I'm not strong, independent. That's the thing, right? I honestly believe most women, if not all, are so programmed to be strong, independent. It is so hard for them to change that programming. It is so hard for them to, because that's Western culture. That is the Western culture. And this is why I honestly believe a lot of men have given up and gone overseas, because you're not inundated. You're not bombarded. There's no propaganda of being strong, independent every single day. Every single day you hear it, right? If you, which most people are, like on social media, every single day you see, you hear representation of women, of strong, independent women, right? You see it every single day. If you're on social media, if you watch entertainment, anything like that. So propaganda is always there. So it's always built in to a lot of women's brain set. So I think that's the thing where they can't go completely, I don't know, different, because they can't bend too much. So because they want to preserve the whole idea of strong, independent. So I think that's the thing where, like I said, if you will go, outside of the country, and if you're, let's say even Colombia, all this shit. If you say that, if you are a man that's of value, right, you will take care of the household. Even Colombian women, African women, women of other countries would bow to you. They would do it. If let's say, I'm saying, if you're a man that's provider, right, they would. So
Do all kinds of
Nicola
degenerate
donated
sexual things.
$200. If your husband tells you not to go out with your friends at night because it's dangerous, and you decide to ignore him, would you expect him to jump in front of the bullet when get in trouble?
No.
So, first of all, you shouldn't be asking her to just have no social life, no interactions
Well,
with
that's not-
friends. Is that what
I mean, I think it's saying that he doesn't want you to go out at night with your friends, like going out. I'm assuming it's like bar life, going out something late at night. He's asking you not to do it to protect you. So I would submit.
So, question for you: you're married, and your husband, you're like, hey, I want to go out to this nightclub. It's a girls' night. It's my girl's birthday, and he's like, you know what, babe? Don't think that's a good idea. Don't want you to go.
I think you trust.
Hold on. No. Hold on. That's for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there is a husband's role is sometimes to look out for your blind spots and your gaps as a woman, and they have that gift. And so if your husband does feel like it's a bad idea for you to go out because you will be put in danger because of that place or maybe the people that you're going with, yes, I would absolutely listen to him and stay in.
Well, it's a little different than your previous answer to this, because it sounded like, well, I wouldn't let my husband control my social life.
I thought the question was saying you can't go out with friends anymore. Like you can't have any social relationships.
Well, okay, so the question from Nickelodeon was, if your husband tells you not to go out with your friends at night because it's dangerous, and then you decide to ignore him, would you expect him to jump in front of the bullet when you get in trouble?
I mean, the question is, it's not, I feel like, written, I guess, in the best way. It's, like...
Well, what about just
like, I can't go out at night ever?
Okay, so what about one of the conditions for marriage? He says, or even getting commitment from a man. He says, I'll commit to you, I'll be monogamous, I'll marry you, but my expectation moving forward in this relationship is you're no longer going out to bars, nightclubs, and parties ever again. You can still, you want to go get brunch with your girlfriends, go out shopping, go to Trader Joe's, do groceries, totally fine. I don't want you going out to these party type environments.
Okay. I would gladly give up every bar and nightclub for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Yes. That was better asked.
Okay. Let me read this one quickly from Cristiano, then we have to pull up Peo. Sorry, Peo, we'll get to you, brother. Cristiano Lang, why would it not stroke your ego for him to die for you?
It's not an ego thing. Ego is not a good thing.
Okay. All right. Before we pull up Peo, let me just read a couple of these chats. Hold on, I'll have to re-pick this one up. Rory, can you read this one?
Bow wow wow.
Innocuous.
And bow to your man? I know it's a bit like archaic and outdated.
But that's not helping. You're helping her get out of the car.
Women are capable of getting out of the car.
We can't open our own car doors.
I know we can, but he's being very kind to do that.
Wait, but so you have that expectation on the man. So why can't you bow then?
There's no good reason for it. I don't.
But there's no good reason. There's no good reason for a man to open the car door for you.
And that's perfect analogy. Perfect comparison. The idea of a gentleman, right, opening a door for a woman. Such a innocuous, simple gesture. It is very submissive for a woman to bow to you. Same thing. Such a innocent, innocuous gesture. Yet, one action benefit the woman, the other benefit the man. So when you ask a woman, why wouldn't a woman want the gesture that benefits them while the one that doesn't benefit them? This is why I say women only care about their own benefit. This is the thing with a lot of women, that in no conversations do they even talk about the benefits for the man. What benefit do you get? What amazing benefits do you get for being with women like this? Sex? Okay, great. That's kind of both ways, right? Like I said, the cooking and cleaning, the child care, the kind of nowadays, a lot of women expect men to share in those. So really, it's like the providing, well, men have to do that. right? I guarantee you, a woman like this who's, babbling about the Bible and shit, she expects her man to provide for her. This is a thing where a lot of things women want, it's like there's very little benefit for men. When women comes to relationships, it's all about them. It's always me, 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 me. And here's a maybe a conspiracy or maybe a crazy thought. But when divorces are happening, that is when that they feel like it's no longer me, 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 me. So I want to leave so I can find about me, 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 me. I mean, maybe crazy, but I kind of feel like when divorce happens, you know that she wants more about herself.
I like that. Just like he walks on the outside.
You like it.
Yeah.
And I like it when a girl bows.
Okay, well, like I'm going to date a different person than you will date.
There's men that will bow
Never say
for
never.
women too,
No,
though.
I'm just kidding.
I know a lot of guys that would bow for me. Like, they tell me.
Well, I can imagine they would. Oh yeah, there's simps out there. They'll do more than bow. They'll send you thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
They'll simp.
Love that.
Just interesting. All right, let's see.
Yeah. Again, I mean, like I've said what I said. I honestly believe modern day Western women, they are pure selfishness. I mean, I'm not saying all, right? If you found the lucky one, you are lucky, right? If you found the rare one that she actually thinks about her partner, it's not about herself. Those women are usually snatched up quick. Those women are usually taken up really quick. It's usually the selfish ones that are left behind because they've been used and abused, and no man wants that because they are selfish. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Alright, guys. I mean, the live is going on for about an hour and 20. It's a decent amount. I thought it was good. I hope you guys liked it. I think that was fun. Short one. I will check out on Saturday. I'll have one on Saturday. That will be fun too. I will plan one for Saturday. Definitely for Alvy, the bro. But I hope you guys liked today's, live. I'm gonna try to do more and more lives more often. But other than that, thank you for all the support. The channel is growing steadily. Amazing. If you guys watch all my other videos, thank you. If you guys like them, thank you as well. If you guys comment, that's amazing. That's very helpful. If you could share it, that's amazing as well. But other than that, yeah. Hope you guys liked all my content. But I hope you guys had fun. Yeah. But it will be a night for me. Alvy, see you later. And all the rest, it's been fun. Later, guys.